Is it really possible to live simply and luxuriously at the same time? Our next guest says absolutely. And here today with tips on exactly how to do it, we welcome author, blogger, and podcast personality, Shannon Ables.
Thanks for having me, Trey. Happy to be here.
Oh, we're happy to have you because I'm curious about this myself. How is it possible? It seems like an oxymoron to live simply and luxuriously at the same time.
No, you're exactly right. Initially, it sounds like what? But it's really about accepting the premise of quality over quantity in all arenas of our lives. So it's not about having more, but about being discerning about what we welcome into our lives and getting rid of the things that really aren't serving us anymore.
So there's some purging that has to happen.
There is some purging. The first step really is to get to know yourself.
Okay.
Because once you know yourself, you can say, while that may work for you, it doesn't work for me. Or I was accepting something because I thought it's what I was supposed to do, but that's not who I really am and what I really want to pursue. And when you're clear about that, it becomes easier to say no.
Isn't that difficult though? To because expectations, you want to be kind and you want to be considerate of other people. So oftentimes we find ourselves, at least I can speak for myself, saying yes, when really in my head I'm going, yes, yes.
That's a great compliment.
Right?
Yeah. No, you're right. And I think part of it is saying, I'll get back to you later. Let me think about that. Or learning how to communicate in a way that is respectful, but also true to who you are. And that is, as you said, it's hard. So it's a skill. It's not something we innately know how to do, because you're right. We want to connect, so we want to be kind and helpful, but we only have so much energy and willpower in a day. So we have to protect ourselves first, so that then we can do whatever we need to do to live our best lives, or our most loved lives.
I love the way that sounds. So my next question is, do you have to kind of go off and do one of your, some sort of meditation time, take some time away to actually get to know yourself?
I do. I know that I did, and for me, I am someone who likes my alone time, but not everyone does. But if you don't know that yet, yes, you definitely need to have that quiet time to listen to yourself. Sometimes it's scary to say, I'm going to spend some time with myself and see what I find out. But ultimately what we find out is going to open up the world to us, and we can figure out exactly what we want to do. And so, yeah, I think you initially have to start out with some quiet time, some me time.
Yes.
And that's awesome. That's fun.
I love it too. Don't get me wrong, I love it. Believe me, I try and get me time as much as possible.
Wherever you can squeeze it in.
But when you have a family and people who depend on you, that can be difficult.
Yes, it can.
Right?
Right.
But okay, let's say you do get the luxury of getting away and learning yourself.
Okay.
Once you discover some things about yourself that you might not even have realized, how do you go back into your old life and incorporate some of those things?
That is tricky. I wouldn't say that I have a clear path for every single person, because it's going to depend on your lifestyle and what you're responsible for and who you live with, and if you have children or if you don't have children. But I think it does start with knowing how to effectively be in a relationship with whoever you're with. Communication. It's saying, this is what I need. This is what I need to be the best person I am. And the other part of it is saying, what can we do to make that work? And then what can I do to help you help me, and me help you? Because you're working with obviously colleagues or family or friends. And I really think the key is communication. At least that's what I found it to be.
No, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I know that you say that maybe as far as living on a less of a budget, it doesn't have to be so lavish, right?
Right.
The simple part can be maybe styling yourself, your clothes, as far as not on trends.
Right.
Now we talk about a lot of trends here, and we like our trends.
Sure.
Right.
Nothing.
But if you can, if you can afford them.
Yeah.
And B, if it makes sense for you, right? But that's part of knowing yourself.
Yes.
So how do you go about finding out your personal style without going off on the trends?
Well, it does start with a lot of experimenting. I think you do have to learn through trial and error sometimes. But other part is looking to someone who represents similar body type, similar lifestyle, similar coloring. But then it comes down to, okay, but you can have the designer items if you only have 10 to 15 in your capsule wardrobe. I subscribe to this idea of a capsule wardrobe for fall and spring, where I only have 10 to 15 for fall and 10 to 15 for spring. And I'm talking just the basics, the top and bottoms, dresses, not your shoes, accessories, and all the details.
Okay.
Where you at least purchase an item that I know I can wear that with one or two other items in my closet. So may not have a lot of clothing, but the ones I do have are going to last, and they look great every single time I buy them or wear them. And I think that's crucial, is knowing that it may take a time to build up that wardrobe, but once you know exactly what's going to work for you, often that's crucial to say, oh, I don't feel so bad paying $100 or $200 for that pair of jeans because I know it's going to last 5 years.
Okay.
And I've saved myself money, but I've also saved myself time in the long run.
Gotcha.
And my confidence has been boosted because I'm wearing something I feel good in.
Right.
So.
Now, how about, would you say that people should maybe try and shop at, like, if you don't have a lot of money, maybe shop at like a consignment store or places like that, so you can have a luxurious look, but not hurt your pocket.
Oh, I love shopping consignment. I have found some of the best designer clothes that are a fraction of the price, but they're 30 years old. And you go to your, for example, I found a Manolo Blahnik pair of high heels that were from the 70s. I went to my cobbler and he put on new soles. The shoes cost $40 and the cobbler did his job for $10. $50 Manolos that are normally $600 at the store. You just have to take the time to go there. I love consignment shopping. It's a great, vintage, all those. Mix and match high and low.
Guess what, Shannon? We're going shopping because I like the way you think.
I love it.
Thank you so much. All right, for more information about Shannon and her blog and podcast, please go to our website at KATU.com.